And welcome back. Today we are in Lahore, Allama Iqbal International Lahore, the second largest city of Pakistan, and we'll be flying to Mashhad. It's a city in northeastern Iran, and yeah, we'll be using the livery of Pakistan International Airlines, and the aircraft is PMDG Boeing 777-200LR. And yeah, so this flight was in response to a request by some user or some viewer in the comments. So I decided to do this live stream. I've been meaning to do this live stream since a few days, but I couldn't get myself to do it. But since it's the weekend now, so I had the time, so that's why. Right, so let's get into the cockpit and I'll just brief you over the main points. We are Pakistan 561. We are going to be carrying 240 passengers, a cargo of 7.8 tons, fuel of 27.4 tons or 60,000 pounds roughly, give or take 1,000 pounds more or less. Yeah, so we are parked at gate number 4 at Allama Iqbal International Lahore, and we'll be cruising at an altitude of 40,000 feet. Our SID, or the standard instrument departure, is Akbar 1 Echo. Cost index is 73. We are logged onto Vatsim, but there's no ATC available anywhere near. So let's get on with the preparation. Loading and refueling the aircraft takes time. And as you can see, this, by the way, this is a freeware scenery from flightsim.to. I think it's by someone called Irtaza, and it's a very nice scenery. It's a nice change from the default scenery that we get for Lahore Airport. So we do have payware sceneries for Karachi and Islamabad, but I'm afraid none for Lahore. But this does do a good job of depicting how Lahore International Airport is quite accurately in its current form. Look at these walk-in gates for the family members or people who've come to pick up their relatives from the arrivals. And we have the drop-off lane over here for the departure. Normally people aren't supposed to park their cars on this lane, but usually people do because they want to get off and see their loved ones off. So the cars are parked, but then you have the airport authorities with the forklifters sometimes lifting of the cars off this small 2-lane road, drop-off lane, and lifting them somewhere else. So yeah, and this is a new addition, the new parking area, and there's a basement also. There's a basement parking. So yeah, it's not that easy to make if it's a freeware scenery, and I don't know how many people are involved in this job, but it's pretty good. It's pretty good for a freeware airport. It's pretty good. And there's a mosque, very accurately depicted, and yeah, I'm happy with it, and I'm happy with the price. So right, let's get on with the loading and refueling, otherwise we'll miss our estimated block of time. So here we are, the EFB. I've downloaded the data from SimBrief. OFP is here. Here's our flight level steps, 40,000 feet after Opla. TAPIS, that's going to be around Kabul. Yes, we'll be flying over Afghanistan. First from Lahore, northwest towards the frontier province or KPK province, and then into Afghanistan. TAPIS is the waypoint right above Kabul. Then we'll be flying somewhere, well, east westwards towards Herat, and then finally descending into Mashhad. Right, I better get cracking. The first thing to do is to turn on the IDIRO switch on the overhead panel, which is here, to align the IRS. Next, electrical panel is already set. APU has been started. Right. I must set the emergency exit lights. Armed and guarded. Window heats on over here. And left lighting panel. I've never understood the lighting panel here. Somehow I'm moving the knobs doesn't make a difference for me. Maybe if I'm flying at night time, but I rarely do fly at night time in Microsoft Flight Simulator just because of the eye candy, the scenery outside. Okay, right, the next item is this right center row. So right now we're going to leave the pressurization panel as it is. Nav light is on. Right center row. Okay, right center row. That's the left center row. Right center row. Nav light is on. Air condition panel up. Where? That's the air condition panel. It's set. Do we have the APU bleed on? Bleeder, auto. Yes, auto. Pressurization panels set. Right. Tablet EFP, import the SimBrief flight plan. Then go to the FMC. And FMC, let's check. 777-200 is the LR. G90 engines, and that's the rating. 110. I don't know whether that's the model or the rating. Let me know in the comments or the chat. Our ARAC data is up to date. I would highly recommend any enthusiast who flies commercial civilian flight simulators to get a Navigraph subscription. It's not that expensive. There's also an Aerosoft one. I've never tried it. If somebody has any experience, let me know. So the next thing is the position init page. We can enter the reference airport if we want to. It's not necessary. From the tutorials I've watched so far, gate 4, here we go. Or we could just copy the GPS position, which is this. It's not exact, but I'll just do it because it's in the checklist. It's a 0.1 difference. Right. Route page. Request the route. I've already filed the flight plan. I've generated the flight plan and select the route, and that's requesting the route. I should have selected the fuel also. Okay, everything, wind data uplink, descent forecast, perfinite uplink, everything's been uploaded. So, right. I'll move the AFB here. That's a very convenient tool to move the tablet here. Right, before we activate it, like OPLA is Lahore, OIMM is Mashhad, PIA 561 or Pakistan 561 is our flight number. Very good. We'll go to the next page, route page 2, and check, verify the major legs of the major waypoints of the route. Yeah, that's the departure said. We don't need to add that. Direct after the set, we go to Akbar, Tango 400, Indek Lima 509 to Hangu. That's a town or city in the KPK province in the northwest frontier area. We'll be flying over that. And Golf 796 to Lajak, that's inside Afghanistan. Then Lima 509 to Tapas, that's over Kabul. Victor 338 to Sakuks, and that, if I believe correctly, is somewhere near Herat in western Afghanistan. After that, we have Victor 390 to Pamtu, and that's our route, and we can activate it and execute, and that's an active route here. So after that, route was in it. Oh, someone in the chat. Zach, hi, hello Zach, welcome to the stream. Hope you enjoy. My streams are usually boring, long flights. Not all of them are long. I can't do long haul. If I have to do long haul, I do it. I do the recorded version, not the live stream. So welcome to the live stream. Hope you enjoy. And yeah. So back to the FMC. Actually, I'm using a single monitor setup. So if I have to view the chat, I have to alt tab to the next to my OBS studio window to view the chat. So if I miss any chat, sorry for that. Any comments, so you'll understand. Right, but I wanted to go to the route page. I wanted to, well, I'll import the weight and balance later. Let's get the request refueling. Pakistan National Airlines.
Truck is on its way.
So it will be on its way. The
Please
thing
don't
with
load aircraft until the fuel truck arrives and ask to do it.
the thing with the GSX and PMDG Boeing 777 is it doesn't actually load the fuel and the passengers. You have to load your aircraft through the EFP or through the FMC, and then GSX actually simulates the loading process. It doesn't actually add weight to your aircraft from what I've understood and experienced in the past. So yeah, before I do that, let me go back to the home page, weight and balance. I should do precise load or quick loading.
Fuel truck is in position.
Let's have a look.
Please don't load aircraft until the fuel truck arrives and ask to do it.
Which company is it? It's Chevron. We don't have Chevron here, do we? Not in Pakistan. It's usually Pakistan State Oil doing the refueling and the jet fuel thingy. But, well, at least we have GSX doing this much. Let them bring the hose to the hydrant, fuel hydrant. Let's see how accurately they can connect to it. Nice. Not bad for a freeway scenery. I wish I had discovered this earlier. And now it will ask me to use my... That's a big aircraft, not as big as the 300 ER, but it's quite big, huge. At this rate, we'll most probably miss our... Okay.
Please use your airplane fuel system
Yes.
to set the desired fuel quantity.
And I hope I can do it with the EFP. Weight and balance, imported. Total weight, refuel weight, landing weight and op. Takeoff, CG, okay, weight and balance. Quick load, randomize. Quick load. How do I do this? Quick fuel. How do I do this? Come on, come on, come on.
Please use your airplane fuel system to set
I'm
the
trying,
desired
I'm
fuel
trying.
quantity.
Menu. FS actions. Fuel. Yeah. That's how much I have to use. I'll enter it again. It's in pounds, so yeah, 27.4 tons is around 60,400 pounds or something like that. I'll just use 60,400 pounds. And
Please
here we
use
go.
your airplane fuel system to set the desired
I've done
fuel
it.
quantity.
I've done it. I've done it. How else do I do it? Not here. I've imported it. How do I load it? Come on.
Please
Where's
use
it?
your airplane fuel system to set the desired fuel quantity.
I'm trying. Okay, let's just do 61,000 pounds. Let's make it heavy. There you go. Finally. And at the same time, because we have 240 souls to load onto our big jet, so I'm going to request the
Boarding
boarding.
requested.
Yeah, the jetways. Yeah, it's connected. Right, and air conditioning is done. It's not that bad, the weather here in Lahore. No, not yet.
Do you want a board crew?
Nobody. But it's quite humid since these monsoon rains have been unprecedented, and we are facing a natural calamity in the Northwest Frontier Province. A lot of people have died tragically. Entire families have been devastated. I mean, entire houses have been, the people along with them have been just washed away with floods.
Passengers boarding starting.
So, well, that's sad news, but let's get on with it, right? We do have the air hostess. That's not the PIA uniform, as far as I know. It's been a long while since I've actually flew in an airplane as a passenger. And by the way, if anyone new is joining in, I am not a real life pilot. I'm just, as you would call, a flight sim enthusiast. Okay, enough talk. Now, set the payload. So, back to the FMC. Return payload. Passengers. I need a calculator for that. 186 plus 42 is 228, right? 230, 240, that's done, right? That's fine. And cargo should be 7.8 tons. Payload. Cargo. Where's the cargo? Summary cargo. Is that gross weight, takeoff CG? No. Where's this? Okay, that's in tons, I hope. Or is that in pounds? Let me calculate that on my phone. So, if I have 7.8 tons of cargo, how would that convert into pounds? That's around 17.1961. So we'll round that off to 17.20. And does this add up to 17.20? Again, I need a calculator. My mental maths is pretty poor. 8594 plus 6832 plus 1741. Yeah, 17167. Right. Done. Payload set, fuel set. Now pause init page done. Payload set, fuel set, route selected, route uplink, route load, activate and execute. Who's this? Thank you, Zach. Thank you. And right. Route uplink, load, activate, execute, done. Departure and arrival. Okay, so OFP, operational flight plan. Departure is runway 18 Akbar 1 L Echo. Departure arrival here. Opla departures. 18 left. Akbar 1 Echo Sid. And execute. Done. Oh, thank you, Zach, for subscribing. Thanks a lot, man. Thanks a lot. Hope you enjoy my flights. They're usually boring. But thank you for subscribing. Thanks a lot. Right. Akbar 1 departure. Right. And I hope I don't mess this live stream up. I'm pretty good at doing that stuff. Arrival. Yeah, and arrival. I have to click on the departure arrival page again. Index. At Mashhad, we have to use runway 13. Well, yeah. 13 does have an ILS or no? NDB, VUR, DME for 13. There are Yankee, Zulu, Okay, we'll use Yankee for 13 left. BRDME. Now the transition MST1. I don't know which transition to take. MST. There's one is MSD1, one is MSD2. Normally these transitions take you right over the VOR DME on the airport, but you usually don't have to go through all that. You can just directly skip to the initial approach point. So I'll use the MSD1 and execute that. Okay, Zach, thank you for subscribing, and bye bye. Take care. Alright, now while the passengers, are they still being loaded? Yes, 150 passengers. And waypoints, check the waypoints. Discontinuities. Okay. Legs. And after pump 2, there is a discontinuity. So plan mode. Go back to the legs page, beginning of the legs page. What's my range? Right after departure, we have to climb to 2,500 feet, then not directly to Hangu. Lima Alpha 401. Akbar, Indek, Noneb, Hangu. That's right on the near the border, not that near the border, but right. After that into Afghanistan, then Gidog, still in Afghanistan, then over Kabul, that's Tepes, Kulta, and Buven, Velot, Sarsa, Sakuks, and Elena. Elena might be right inside Iran. And Pam2. Now let me increase the range so I can see how far the next waypoint is. Quite far. Quite far. And I'm using the MST1. So I guess there will be a radar vector or a direct to MSD, MSD11, and yeah. We'll have a look at the charts once we're airborne. It's a 2-hour flight. We'll have enough time. And final approach. We have a glide path, slightly steep. And yeah, 3439. So why is it 3439? Because that's the missed approach. Yeah, that's why. Right. And we can go to the map mode again. Right, and decrease it to 10. Okay. So check the waypoints. I am not I'm not clearing out the last discontinuity because it's for vectors, vectoring the aircraft. Activate and execute after changes are made. I didn't make any changes, so right. FMC ident page. No, that's the other checklist. Okay. Part 2, FMC setup. Boarding complete. Good. I can set the signs, passenger signs to auto. seatbelt signs to auto. And FMC part 2, takeoff performance page. Enter data, import data, calculate from the tablet. I prefer the tablet. Performance page, import from OFP, it's already there. One it left. Import from aircraft, optimum, AI, anti-ice config off, summers, monsoon, import weather, and calculate. Okay, we have the normal acceleration height of 1500 feet, flaps 5, takeoff, N1 88.2, rating is takeoff 2, select temperature is 47, trim, I need to note that down on my paper, is 3.75. Right, V speeds, I note them down also just in case. 140, 142, and 146. Right, let's get on with the init ref. Zero fuel weight, just click on this line select key, left select key, and it auto-fills it for you. Cruise altitude done, accept this. I don't know about the CG, please, if somebody knows about the correct CG to enter for the cruise, let me know. All I looked at in the tutorial was like the guy said enter 25%. Max altitude is 398, but we will be burning fuel and we will be getting lighter. Initially we'll go to 390. Then later on to 398. Okay. Cost index 73, done. Thrust limit. Select temperature 47. Takeoff 2 is our derating. The derating of the engines. Oh, the select temperature disappears. Okay. 88.1%, 88.2%, 0.1 difference, doesn't matter. Flaps 5, CG, trims 3.75 exact. We have 140 instead of 141, not that big a difference, 142 and almost the same. And V speeds are set. Right. Thrust limit page, takeoff reference page, done. Now the captain EFIS panel. I'm taking an extremely long time. Minimums, reference selector, barrow, and yeah, 1500 feet. Barrow, okay, yeah. Lahore's elevation is like 714 feet. So I will need to set the minimums at 1500 per 714 is 2214. 2214. That's the height at which we start retracting the flaps. 2210, 2214. There we go. Minimum set. Altimeter, barrow reference. Let me check my Vatsim client for the weather for Opla Lahore. 1404 knots. Slight crosswind, very light crosswind. Yes, it's broken, scattered. Temperature 29. Sorry about that. 29 degrees. Slightly on the hotter side. It's actually night time. QNH is 1001 and no significant difference till the next 2 hours. 1001. So you can see the my Vatsim client, that's on another window. So 1001. 700 and yeah, and set here also. No, 1001. That's better. Sorry about that. My throat's a bit dry. No anti-traffic off. Mode collector control panel. Flight directors both on. Right. Speed selector V2 plus 10. 146, 156. Done. Modes, pre-select LNAV, VNAV. I forgot that in my last live stream when we went to Maldives. Altitude selector, cruise or cleared altitude. I'll just use the cruise altitude of like 40,000. Right. Also, runway heading is 1794. Runway 18 left. One 179. Right. So runway heading done. IS Mac heading track, yes, done. Oxygen mask, not testing that. I'm short on time. I have to take off soon. Well, actually, I can test just the oxygen panel. Not that it's going to be faulty, but here we go. That's the oxygen mask test. Forward panel brightness controls, they're fine, the brightness is fine. Standby instruments checked, move the EFB here, and since we're using hectopascals, we can use the units. Correct. Move the EFB back, and yeah. Center forward panel. Standby instrument check, right. Landing gear lever down. It's down. Alternate gear switch guarded. Auto brake selector RTO. Okay, so RTO. Nice. ECAS. So ECAS. Isn't that the ECAS? No, ECAS is this. That's the ECAS. So ECAS is like saying gear down, check green. Gear down, check green. Fuel quantity 304, 305. Nothing in the center. 609 pounds. 60,900 pounds. Fine, we're a bit heavy. Should have loaded less fuel. Right. Minimums reference. Where am I? Yeah. Lower center display. Cancel recall. No need to do that. We'll have lots of error messages. We can do cancel recall if just for formality. Recall. And checklist page. Checklist page. And we can move the EFP away. So oxygen mask has been tested. Flight instruments heading, altimeter heading done. Parking brake has not been set, so I'll set it now. Depress the rudder pedals and press the parking brake button. That's if you what's this? I did not move the speed since last time. That was on my controller, right? Parking brake set. I just set it. Come on. What's wrong with my parking brake? Don't I have enough accumulated pressure? We'll see that later. Okay. Parking brake not set. Squawk set. It should be set to 2000. So here we go. It's on Tara mode since the last flight. Should be on standby. There should be 2000. Since we don't have an assigned squawk by the ATC, there's no ATC. Right, squawk set. Mode standby. Done. And my radios, since we are on Vatsim, I'll at least need to make calls, radio calls. Unicom and 121 500. Guard frequency. Done. Right. Evacuation command guarded and done. Okay, done. Next page. Pre-flight. Oxygen mask test done. Forward panel brightness controls. No need. Heaters as desired. Nav display switches all three off. FMC selector on. Pre-flight checklist. Oxygen tested 100%. Flight instruments heading altimeter done. Parking brake is not set. I don't know why. It's not playing nice with me. Or I can go into PMDG setup here. Options. Simulation. And parking brake is realistic. That's what I wanted. Right. Let's pressurize the hydraulic system then. APU verify on, external power verify off. Now this is the before pushback. Right electrical demand pump to auto and no fault. There you go. C1 and C2 electrical primary on, no fault at C1, these two, and no fault at C1, fault at C2. Good. Left electrical demand pump on auto and no fault. C1 and C2 air demand pumps on auto and no fault. Good. Seatbelt signs to auto, already done. No electronics and smoking on. Center fuel, left, right and center. Center, we're not carrying anything in the center, but left, forward, left, aft, right, forward, right, aft, on. Beacon light on. That's a sign for all the ground equipment to clear off. Stabilizer trim set for takeoff. It's at 4. I just need to notch it up to 3.75. That's it. And now I need to bring my HOTAS setup right in front of me. I keep it on the side on my desk unless I'm actually taking off. Actually starting to fly. I hear some engines outside. Someone here. I don't know who. Or is it just me? Right. Civil transponder. Okay. Set for takeoff. It's been set. And transponder to XPDR mode. There we go. Tablet ground operations as desired. Remove GPU, ACU, STRAS, jetway, jocks, and close the doors. Parking brake. I don't get the parking brake message on the ECAS. I don't know why, but it's been set, and it should be like highlighted here. I don't know why it's not doing it. Set finally. I think it's a bit buggy. Okay, pre-flight checklist done. After start, we'll do that later. So for now we need the engine page here. And right, EFB, ground operations, remove all services, release, release, release all. Operate the jetway. That's nice. Door management. Close all. So there we go. And the cargo doors. Closed. Right. Chocks, ground connections, remove the chocks, and that's it. We've taken care of the ground equipment and the before start checklist. Flight deck door closed and locked. Turn around. Closed and locked, but you can open it. I mean, not realistically, but how do you close it? How do you close it? Sorry. I'm supposed to close it. Yeah, close it. Passenger signs done. MCP, yeah, MCP. Runway heading, cruise altitude, V2 plus 10. Right. Takeoff speeds from CDU, V1, VR, V2. CDU pre-flight complete. Trim, elevator trim set. Elevator trim should be set. Taxi and takeoff briefing complete. Beacon on. Okay. Basically, we'll be just for the taxi briefing and the pushback. For that, I need to go to the electronic flight bag, to the home page. Here, we are currently over here. Gate number 4. That's us. We'll be pushing back and facing this way, nose left. We'll take Romeo onto Romeo, then Sierra and Sierra. Alright. As far as the charts are concerned, departure, airport, just pin that. Romeo, Sierra, and on to runway 18 left. Right. Sid, Akbar, 1 Echo, 2,500 feet, just like in the FMC, L8 401, and Akbar, just like in the FMC, like over here. Legs page, 2,500 feet, L8 401, Akbar. That's us Sid. Verified, it's in the database, it's there, it's in the chart, good. So back to airport. And might as well just for reference Mashhad Airport, Shahid Hashmi Najad International, and we'll be landing at 13 left. Right. It's at 3,266 feet. Right. Back to Lahore. Let's just call the engine page. Chalk is not on.
Hello, Captain. We are ready for pushback.
I just removed the chalk. Yeah, they removed. Where is he? There he is.
Departure checks completed. Bypass pin inserted.
Who's that? Sayyid Kamal Bukhari. Please be quick. Sorry about that. Departure is in 12 minutes. Sorry about that. I take my time. If I do things quickly,
Locking gear.
I mess things up. Okay. Right. And is it lifting? Yeah, nose left. Yeah. Facing left, exit via taxiway Romeo. Yes, that's the one.
Release parking brakes, please.
Alright. And the Boeing, PMDG Boeing, we just depress the pedal.
Commencing push. All engines clear. Start happen.
Push and start approved. Facing north, 418 left. Thank you, Kamal. And once we're a bit further away from the gate, we can go to start number 2, down here, engine to fuel control. It's all automatic. No need to wait for N1 to reach 25%, just like in the 737. This is... Let me turn on the volume. Start the Luke Air tool. 240 souls on board. I'm going to start the announcements now. Let me have a look inside first.
Please set parking brakes.
No. Just a minute. Right. Parking brakes.
Waiting your confirmation for a good engine start.
Not yet, not yet. Start 1. Go down here. Fuel control switch. I'm going to play some announcement here with the Luca tool. And yeah.
Hello everyone. The captain and the entire crew would like to welcome aboard. We now ask for your full attention as the flight attendants demonstrate the safety features of this aircraft.
Sorry.
When the seatbelt sign illuminates, you must fasten your seatbelt.
Sorry.
Insert the metal fittings one into the other and tighten by pulling on the loose end of the strap. To release your seatbelt, lift the upper portion of the buckle. We suggest that you keep...
Not this one. I need it for the Pakistan International Airlines. Here you go.
Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. والصلاة والسلام على خاتم النبيين سبحان الذي سخر لنا هذا وما كنا له مقرنين وإنا إلى ربنا لمنقلبون صدق الله العظيم.
Cockpit to ground. We have a good engine start. You can disconnect. And locking gear.
Thank you, Kamal, for the weather update.
बकल के अंदर डालकर पेटी कस लें। खोलने के लिए ऊपर का हिस्सा उठा लें। मोबाइल फोन का इस्तेमाल ममनू है। लैपटॉप कंप्यूटर्स MP3 और CD प्लेयर्स टेक ऑफ के 15 मिनट बाद इस्तेमाल किए जा सकते हैं, लेकिन लैंडिंग से पहले हिफाजती बंद के निशान रोशन होने पर इन्हें बंद करना होगा।
AP off.
जरूरत पड़ने पर आपके लिए ऑक्सीजन मास्क खुद ब खुद आपके सामने गिर पड़ेगा। मास्क को झटके से खींचिए, नाक और मुंह पर रखकर इलास्टिक की पट्टी को सर पर पहनकर मास्क के जरिए सांस लें। अगर जहाज में धुआं भर जाए तो फर्श में दरमियानी कतार की सीटों के साथ लगी बत्तियां जहाज से बाहर निकलने के रास्तों की तरफ रहनुमाई करेंगी। नशिश की जेब में रखी हिफाजती इक़दामात के कार्ड को भी गौर से पढ़ लें और देख लें कि इमरजेंसी में निकलने के दरवाजे कहाँ हैं। टेक ऑफ और लैंडिंग के वक्त खिड़की के पर्दे खुले रखें। हंगामी हालत की सूरत में आगे की तरफ झुकें और हिफाजती बंद बांधे रखें जब तक जहाज मुकम्मल तौर पर रुक न जाए। फिर हिफाजती बंद खोल लें और नोकदार एड़ी वाले जूते उतारकर दरवाजों की तरफ जाएं। शुक्रिया।
Ladies and gentlemen, please understand the safety procedure. During flight, keep your seatbelts fastened as you may encounter turbulence unexpectedly. To fasten seatbelt, insert the flat metal end into the buckle, then pull the strap to tighten it. To open, lift the latch. Use of mobile phones is not permitted. Laptop computers, MP3, and CD players may be used 15 minutes after
Checked.
takeoff and must be turned off when seatbelt signs come on for landing. In decompression,
Checklist.
an oxygen mask will drop in front of you. Pull it with a jerk, cover both nose and mouth with it, pull the elastic strap around your head, and breathe. On ground, if aircraft is filled with smoke, escape path lights outside the center row seats will illuminate, guiding you towards the exit. Please read the safety instructions card kept in your seat pocket to locate your nearest emergency exit. Before takeoff and landing, keep window shutters open. In a sudden emergency situation, bend forward with your seatbelt fastened until the aircraft stops completely. In case of evacuation, open your seatbelt, remove pointed high-heeled shoes, go to the nearest exit, and evacuate. Thank you.
Okay.
ख़वातीन और हज़रात, जहाज के हंगामी तौर पर पानी पर उतरने की सूरत में लाइफ जैकेट पहनना लाजमी है।
No traffic.
लाइफ
Pakistan
जैकेट आपकी सीट
561.
के नीचे रखी है।
Taxiing to runway 18 left
बिजनेस
via
क्लास के
Romeo
मुसाफिरों को अमला
and
लाइफ जैकेट की
Sierra.
जगह बता
No
देगा।
traffic.
लाइफ जैकेट पहनकर फीते को अपनी कमर के गिर्द बांध लें और देख लें कि फीतों का बकल सही तरीके से बंद हो गया है। फीतों को खींचें और कमर के गिर्द लपेट लें। जहाज से निकलते वक्त इन डोरियों को खींचकर लाइफ जैकेट में हवा भर लें। इन नलकियों के जरिए फूंक कर भी हवा भरी जा सकती है। शीरखार बच्चों को लाइफ जैकेट पहनाकर पहले बकल बांधें, फिर उसमें हवा भर लें। बच्चों के लाइफ जैकेट अमले के पास होती है। शुक्रिया।
Ladies and gentlemen, in case of an emergency landing on water, you will have to wear life jackets. Life jackets are placed under your seats. In business class, cabin crew will show you the location of life jackets. Wear a life jacket by pulling it over your head. Strap it around your waist and make sure the buckle has latched properly. Pull the straps tightly and then wrap them around your waist. Inflate life jacket only when leaving the aircraft by pulling these cords. You can also inflate life jackets manually by blowing in these tubes. Infant life jackets should be fastened tightly first and then inflated. Life jackets for infants are with the crew. Thank you.
We're late for departure, which is sometimes not, it's not abnormal for Pakistan International Airlines normally. But since it's an international flight, so it should have been more quick. It's a long body aircraft. Slightly faster. Toga, auto throttle armed. Before takeoff checklist. Verify RTO done. Flaps set for takeoff, flaps 5. Speed brakes down and forward. We don't arm them in the Boeing. K transponder. We'll do that to Tara as we reach the runway. Weather radar on. Terrain traffic on. I don't know whether terrain radar works on the PMD 777. Right. MCB set, auto throttle armed. Good. That's not how we have houses in Pakistan, at least not like that. And yeah. $15 knots. Lahore traffic, Pakistan 561. Holding short, runway 18 left. Lahore traffic. And brake. Setting a parking brake. Just in case the aircraft decides to move. Landing lights on, strobe lights, turn off lights, strobe lights. Taxi lights can remain on, they can remain on. Or they can turn off, I don't know. Let me know if anyone's watching. Tara. Recall, one final time. Everything's fine. Lahore traffic, Pakistan 561. Lining up, runway 18 left. Lahore traffic. Brakes off. Breakaway thrust. Seems to be cloudy again. It's night time, but I like to fly in the day normally. Okay. And here we go. Overshot the center line. Yeah, that's fine. Brake here. For takeoff, I need to go up to 55% N1 and then press toga. Elapsed time. Control yoke forward. 55% N1. 31, 32, 35, 36, 37. Stabilize, and toga. Lower traffic, Pakistan 561, departing runway 18 left. Lower traffic.
knots.
V1.
Rotate. V2. Positive rate of climb.
You're up. Autopilot on. Outer marker. Cloudy Lahore, and here comes flaps 5 speed. Up speed. Track flaps completely. That's it. After takeoff, landing gear up, flaps up, auto brake verify off. Engine anti-ice as required, transponder Tara. After takeoff checklist. Standard. Landing gear flaps done. Now we have the descent checklist. Good. That's for later. I didn't experience any gusty winds or wind shear. Alright. Turn off lights can go off, taxi lights off, landing lights off. And release the passengers.
The captain has turned off the fasten seatbelt sign. For your continued safety, we would like you to keep your seatbelt fastened at all times while seated. Thank you.
Nice clouds. What's the temperature? -28 degrees at 12,000 feet. Let's have a look at the progress page. Oh yeah, the chart. Are we on the SID? Should be on the SID. Almost at the end of the SID. Taking too long. Taking too long to load. There we are, on our way to Waypoint Akbar. Use that. And we no longer need this. We are almost 25 nautical miles from Lahore Airport. And this is the entire route. We're in northwestern Pakistan. We'll be climbing into Afghanistan, basically moving east, a bit southeast, and then northwest into Iran. And that's Mashhad over there. Right, 7 minutes since departure. AFK for 30 minutes. Right.
Ladies and gentlemen, we will shortly be passing through with food and drink. Please check the magazine in front of you for the full menu as well as our amazing duty-free offers. Thank you.
I believe this is the business class, right? And that's the first class. Right, there's a lavatory door open. No. Okay guys, I need a break for around 10-20 minutes or maybe less. I need to go to the bathroom, I need to have something to drink, some soft drink, fizzy drink. So I'll leave you with this wing view, or I can leave you with this Uh-huh. Sorry about that. Wrong button in the OBS studio. Sorry about that. Right, 37,000 feet. Let's have a look at the progress page. Progress page. Next page. Next page. Can we make it to 40,000 feet? Can we? Init ref. Okay, we're at full N1. 100.9%. We have cruise altitude. Step to flight level 430. It can go to flight level 430. Optimum is 390. Max is 399. So that's almost 40,000. That will change with time. Oh, one thing I forgot. Wind it. I did forget. Always forget. Here we are. Finally 40,000 feet. Almost 40,000 feet. Struggling at full thrust, no. Cruise. All right. Terrain can go off. $40,000. Cruising. Beacon nav logo wing. Thing seems fine. And we are currently at which place? We're crossing into KPK. Or we have crossed into KPK. I think that's the Indus River. So since we are at cruise altitude, I better start accelerating the time, increase the sim rate. Seatbelt signs as desired, pressurization, flight progress, monitor, top of descent. Right. Where is my top of descent? Okay, let's just start some music and yeah. Turning my mic off. All right. We're nearing our top of descent. I better do the descent calculation, the approach speed calculation, performance, landing performance. Landing en route, Shahid Hashmi, Najadi, 13 left. Air conditioner on, AI config off, flaps 30, and reverses all up. Boat weather, calculate. Okay. VREF is 137, quite a low VREF. VREF 137. And that's done. So we'll be using the pump to 1 Tango Star, and at Mashhad we'll be vectoring onto this runway from around here, and we'll be exiting via, I think Foxtrot is too early. We'll exit via Delta or Echo. Echo should be fine. Vacate to the right. Right, so let's set the descent altitude to, what was it? Approach chart. Final approach fix 4800. 4800. And oh, I forgot this. 313. Right, our auto brake 3. Recall, descent checklist, recall all fine. Descent checklist, recall, notes, auto brake, landing data. Init ref 132 plus 5 knots for the wind. What is the wind and what is the forecast? Arrival QNH 1012, temperature 24, dew point 05, wind is 180 at 12 knots. We'll have quite a crosswind from the south, from our right. Right, and descent forecast. VNAV descent forecast, load. That's fine. We have 50 nautical miles to top of descent. We are currently at 40,000 feet. We'll be descending to 4,800 feet. Landing data VRF minimums have to be set. 3,970. So $970. Come on. 970. And approach briefing complete. And approach altimeters. Okay, we'll do that later. And yeah. Descent checklist, ECAS recall, auto brake, landing data, approach briefing done. Verify that your hardware thrust lever is in idle. Done. Watch for drag required messages and FMC. Use speed brakes if necessary. Top of descent, MCP altitude select. Descent verifies initiated automatically in VNAV. Else manually descent VNAV. Seatbelt signs as desired. And yeah. I need to make some fixed rings. "25 nautical mile out, 12 nautical mile out." Fixed page. Romeo Whiskey 13 left. What happened? What just happened there? On 3 left, fix, runway 13 left. It's not in the database. Okay, we don't have a fix by the name of, so we'll do MSD okay, distance of 25 nautical miles, distance of 12 nautical miles, and a distance of 5 nautical miles. Got these rings done. Legs. Now one thing you should not do is to, on the legs page in the 777, when you have the waypoints for the approach, you should not change them, you should not add anything to the waypoints, and you should not delete any of the waypoints. If you need any extra situational awareness aids, use the fix page. Right. And we can decrease the range of the ND navigation display. Right. Now here's what I'm going to do after PAM2. or I'll do it on the FMC. After PAM2, I'm going to go directly to Mashhad 11 and then towards FT13. I'll go into heading select and select this as my direct and then go into the final. Oh, not a why does it pause on descent? I need to change that setting. Alright, and do we have ATC? No ATC. There we go, top of descent. And we are descending.
Ladies and gentlemen, Russian will landing. Kindly fasten your seatbelts, bring seat backs to an upright position, fold back your mini tables, and keep the window shutters open. Make sure that your mobile phones and other electronic devices are switched off. Before leaving the aircraft, please make sure you keep all your belongings, especially items which you have kept in the seat pockets. Thank you for attention. अपने मोबाइल फोन पर कोई भी इलेक्ट्रिक अशिया का इस्तेमाल ना करें। जहाज से उतरने से पहले अपना तमाम दस्ती सामान साथ ले जाना ना भूलें, ख़ुसूसन वो चीज़ें जो आपकी कुर्सी की जेब में रखी हैं। तवज्जो का शुक्रिया।
Rad nav page, frequency check 114, good. "64 nautical miles till the VOR, Mashhad VOR. Mashhad seems to be overcast. I'm going to go into heading mode as soon as I reach the 25-mile ring. I'm going to go around and onto runway 13. I'm going to vector myself. Okay, now let's go into heading mode. and we'll just go to bank to the right. We're way below the descent profile, but that's because we're in the heading mode. The FMC doesn't know that we are in heading. It's going to calculate it according to the flight path. Let's just give it. I want the final approach fix. Execute. Drag required. Let's go to the local QNH. Start the approach phase. Just get the approach chart. One zero one two. Yes. 1012, 1012, 1012.
Ladies and gentlemen, the captain has turned on the fasten seatbelt sign. Please be seated and check to see that your seatbelt is securely fastened.
Alright, speed window up, speed. VNAV path, very good. Flaps 1. Flaps 1 speed. Flaps 5. Still at 8,000 feet. Vertical speed. We have LNAV. Alright. Heading. Why did it go into that mode? Checklist, approach checklist, altimeter set. Gear down. LNAV. Not yet. Heading select LNAV armed. Speed brake. Mashhad traffic. Pakistan 561 at 14 mile final, runway 13 left. Mashhad traffic. Flaps 15. VNAV. Strange. Execute. VNAV path. Flaps 15 speed. Let's start the recording. Pause this for a minute. Mashhad traffic, Pakistan 561, 12 mile final, runway 13 left. Mashhad traffic. Plus 20. Speed brake armed. Flaps 30. I have to set the missed approach altitude around 2 nautical miles before (3970). Missed approach altitude. Flaps full. Landing checklist complete. It's going to go down on its own. Reference speed 137. There we go. It's working. Thousand. I don't see the runway. And missed approach altitude.
Approaching minimums.
Minimums. There we go. There's the runway.
500. 400. 300.
Oh, we're going over the building.
200. 100. 50, 30, 20, 10,
Not a good landing. I am not happy with it. But everybody, welcome to Mashhad, Iran. And here we go. Reverse stowed. Manual braking. We'll take this exit. Slow down to 25 knots. Speed brake. Flaps up. Mashhad traffic, Pakistan 561, vacated runway 13 left. Mashhad traffic. Alright, and sorry, landing lights go off. The runway turn off lights off. Strobe lights off. And transponder goes to alt off. After landing checklist. Actually, we're on the runway, so it doesn't go on Tara. Not yet. And neither do the landing lights and the strobe lights. Cross that other runway, 13 right. Do we have GSX? Suitable parkings? None. That's a freeway scenery, so not surprised there's no GSX profile. We'll just park ahead at one of the terminal gates. And now the landing lights can go off. The rain can go off, but the radar can go off.
Ladies and gentlemen, we welcome you at the airport. For your safety, please remain seated till the aircraft comes to a complete stop and seatbelt signs are switched off. Please do not remove your hand baggage till the doors are opened. Those passengers who have requested for a wheelchair at the time of reservation or before departure, wheelchairs have been arranged for them. They are requested to remain seated as they will be provided with this facility after all passengers have disembarked. We thank you for flying with Pakistan International and hope to welcome you on board again. Thank you and Allah Hafiz. मोज़ ख़वातीन और साथ हम खुशामदीद कहते हैं। आपकी हिफाजत के पेश नज़र आपसे गुजारिश है कि जब तक जहाज मुकम्मल तौर पर रुक ना जाए और हिफाजती बेल्ट बांधने के निशानात बुझा ना दिए जाए, आप अपने नशिस्तों पर ही तशरीफ रखें। आप अपना दस्ती सामान उस वक्त तक ना निकालें जब तक जहाज के दरवाजे खोल न दिए जाएं। वो मुसाफिर जिन्होंने रिजर्वेशन या रवानगी के वक्त व्हील चेयर के लिए बुकिंग कराई हुई है, उनके लिए व्हील चेयर का बंदोबस्त कर दिया गया है। उन मुसाफिर का सासी दरख्वास्त है कि वो अपनी नशिस्तों पर ही तशरीफ रखें क्योंकि तमाम मुसाफिरों के उतरने के बाद उनको ये सहूलत फराहम की जाएगी। हम आप सबका शुक्रिया अदा करते हैं कि आपने पाकिस्तान इंटरनेशनल से सफर किया और उम्मीद करते हैं कि आप आइंदा भी हमारे साथ सफर करेंगे। शुक्रिया और अल्लाह हाफिज।
All right, let's disconnect from Vatsim. And yeah, let's load the replays. It's 23rd. 24th, 12:06 a.m. Let's turn on all the lights. For the replays only. And let's just clear the sky and make it like that's nice. All right. Oh no, it crashed. Okay, everybody, that was our flight from Lahore to Mashhad, and sorry about the crash, I couldn't help it. And so no replays this time, and until next time, take care, bye bye.